While walking through the forest on a foggy early morning, a man noticed something strange. A shadowy figure stood at the tree line. It didn't move. It didn't make a sound. Its silent presence carried an unsettling weight. Was it just a naturally shaped tree or rock? Or was there something more mysterious lingering in the woods that morning? On another day along the Appalachian Trail in North Carolina, a woman stopped to snap a quick photo of the misty sunrise. At the time, she saw nothing unusual. But later, when she looked back at the picture, something deeply unnerving caught her eye. Faintly visible through the fog was the figure of a lone person standing on the trail behind her. She was certain no one had been ahead of her. The trail had been eerily quiet. So who or what had been out there that morning? Brand, a solo YouTuber, had also set out early along the Appalachian Trail after a night's rest. The hike was tough, but the breathtaking scenery made it worthwhile. Later that day, he discovered a hidden campsite deep in the woods. Just as he was about to move on, something happened. "Man, this is creepy," he said into his camera. "I just went down to the payphone station to check in, and I swear I saw another hiker coming down the trail. I figured I'd just wait here at the campsite for them to pass, but they never did. No one showed up. And now I'm freaking out. My spine's ice cold. I saw someone backpack, hiking gear and all. No way they could have passed without me noticing. This is weird. I need to get out of here. Honestly, this is the second time today it's happened. Earlier, when I was sawing through that log, I thought I saw someone walking up the trail. I even thought, well, the log will be cut for them when they get here. But no one ever came. Maybe it was just a leaf or something. I don't know." Terrified, Brand wasted no time leaving. Another investigator was exploring Pocahontas Forest, one of the most haunted places in America, notorious for countless disappearances and unsolved murders. As he recorded, he suddenly felt eyes on him, as though he was being followed. Just as he mentioned the forest's reputation, something stirred behind him. He never discovered who or what was there that day. Elsewhere in the Appalachians, a woman and her husband had ventured into the woods to capture footage of strange drones spotted over the mountains. But their plan took a chilling turn. Out of nowhere, a blood-curdling scream shattered the stillness of the forest. It was loud, human-like, and impossible to dismiss. Was it someone in distress, or some kind of animal making a sound that no animal should? Late one night in Appalachia, another woman and her young child were awakened by strange noises coming from the yard. Curious but cautious, she stepped outside to investigate. "I just heard something really strange out here," she whispered into her phone. "I live in Appalachia, so maybe this isn't the smartest idea, but what is that?" As she scanned the yard, her breath caught. "Wait, where did that skull go? There was a skull right there. Oh my God, what the hell? Why is there a skull here? Hello? Hello? Oh my God, I need to go inside." Panicked, she rushed back in and locked the door, wondering if someone had left it behind or if something darker had happened out there that night. On another occasion, the same woman was jolted awake by noises outside her mountain cabin. She stepped onto the porch, but nothing was there. Just as she turned to go back inside, the sound came again. "What's going on? Is someone messing with me? Or is it something else, something not human?" And then, as she hiked later that week, she paused to photograph the strange vegetation around her, unaware of what might have been watching her from beyond the trees. Everything seemed normal until he looked back at the photos. In one shot, a shadowy figure appeared. It looked like a child standing alone on a bridge. Although he believed in the paranormal, he tried to find a rational explanation, yet something about it felt off. The red and blue tones in the photo didn't match anything he'd actually seen with his own eyes. There was nothing in that area with those colors, at least. Nothing visible. Lizzie, an avid hiker in remote country, had heard countless chilling stories about the Appalachian Mountains. Curious, she and her friend Alexandria booked a secluded cabin near the woods. That night, around 2 a.m., they were jolted awake. "Mike," they heard someone outside shouting in Spanish, "Ayuda, help!" Minutes later, gunshots rang out. They froze, recalling all the warnings they'd heard, and stayed silent. Should they call for rescue? Or were they right to follow the unwritten code of the Appalachian Trail? While hiking along a forest path, another man suddenly found himself in a terrifying situation. Two bears approached him, and someone watching from a safe distance captured the entire encounter on video. The man stayed completely still. It was an incredibly tense moment. Any sudden move could have ended in disaster. Somehow, he managed to remain calm. In another case, while exploring an abandoned quarry, a group of friends spotted a man standing perfectly still, facing a large boulder. Every so often, he twitched but never turned around. Uneasy, they kept their distance and left soon after. That same night, another friend driving along a nearby road saw a man in a black coat standing in the middle of the lane. He didn't move. Panicked, she had to back her car away into the darkness because he stayed rooted to the spot. They were fairly certain it was the same man. Why was he lingering there, and what was his purpose? On the 8th of January 2025, the Haunted Finders team returned to a remote forest they hadn't explored in nearly 3 years. This area was infamous for its strange activity, and they were about to find out why. As soon as they arrived, they began receiving mysterious responses through their spirit communication device. I'm going to run Spirit Talker and see what we get. I'll leave it on and slip it into my pocket so I can use the flashlight. It's pitch black out here. Can you come closer and turn off the light? That's how we'll know you're near us. You can use the device in my pocket to speak to us. Beware the darkness. Beware the darkness. Thank you. We're in the middle of the woods now. In the dark. They told us to stay down there. Yeah, on the main trail. Why should we be careful? Is anyone here? We should be careful. As they moved deeper into the woods, the atmosphere shifted. They began hearing distant voices, soft whispers echoing between the trees. Is someone following us? Many people have seen strange things in this forest. Are you one of them? What was that? Hello? Hello? I just saw you. We're only walking. We won't do anything. Shout back so we know you're there. That's a person. Wait, I'm not looking that way. Oh, there's a car driving down that thing. What's he doing out here? Throughout their time there, tension mounted. And then suddenly one of the investigators spotted a shadowy figure. A moment later, the tension escalated. What? That was a scream. Did you hear that scream? Oh God, David. Did you hear a woman screaming? Yeah, Dave, he's coming. He's walking up the road. He's coming onto the road. Get in the car. Oh God, open the door. Get in the car. Get in the car. Through the windshield, they saw him creeping down the road, torch in hand. There he is. He's on the road. Oh no, that's him. Film it, film it. David, pull over. What do you mean, pull over? Start the car. A man had appeared, silently moving closer with a burning torch. The group scrambled into the car as he continued his silent approach. It was clear he had been watching them long before they noticed him. Was this man connected to the scream they'd heard? Meanwhile, YouTuber Joey CV was exploring an abandoned house deep in the woods, completely alone. As he stepped inside, he called out, "Is anyone upstairs? Say something." Silence. Then something out of nowhere. "I'm here by myself." Wait, what was that? I just heard something. He caught the sound of footsteps or movement coming from upstairs. Someone or something was there. As he pressed on, the noise grew louder. Someone's coming down the stairs. Who's coming down the stairs? Startled by a sudden noise, fear took over. Shaken, Joey bolted from the house, unsure of what he had just encountered. Was it simply a squatter or something far more supernatural? On the 15th of May 2023, a Penn State student captured a strange photo of an unidentified creature in the woods near campus. Considering the region's history of unusual events, like the famous Kecksburg UFO sighting, where a mysterious acorn-shaped craft allegedly crashed and was quickly covered up by authorities, such claims are not entirely outlandish. Penn State itself is also steeped in ghost stories, with places like Schwab Auditorium known for hauntings and unexplainable phenomena. Given all this, the strange image might not be as unbelievable as it first seems. Just weeks ago, 4 friends ventured into an abandoned castle deep in the woods, a place they had explored before, where strange things had already happened. This time, however, they came prepared, carrying flashlights and cameras. The moment they stepped inside, the atmosphere shifted dramatically. They all felt it, an invisible pressure weighing on their chests, cold shivers running down their spines, goosebumps prickling across their skin. At first, they laughed it off. But as they pushed deeper inside, the sensation only grew stronger. While exploring the castle, things began to feel increasingly tense. On the staircase, their camera captured what appeared to be an invisible presence, a faint, shadowy figure lurking just behind a corner. Even so, they pressed on, eventually reaching the attic, where they began to hear whispers, the soft, clear voice of a woman drifting through the space. On their way back to the car, they noticed something staring at them through a window, glowing yellow eyes with horns. Terrified, they bolted, running from the scene. To this day, they still don't know exactly what or who they encountered. While walking his dog through a forest near the Appalachian Mountains, a Reddit user stumbled upon something unusual. Curious, he brought it home but quickly discarded it, alarmed by the stench and worried for his dog's safety. It was probably for the best. Bringing something like that into the house was unwise. The object looked menacing. Was it tied to witchcraft or something entirely different? On another day, along the Appalachian Trail, a man stopped to film some trees, unaware that he was about to capture something truly terrifying. "These trees are crazy. Hello?" he muttered as he recorded. Then came a scream so raw and powerful it made him question whether someone was actually in danger. Could it have been a stranded hiker calling for help, or just an unusual animal sound echoing through the woods? Elsewhere, while observing a wildfire consuming the hills near Henry's Creek on her mountainous property in Idaho, Jeanette MP recorded something disturbing. Looking closer, she saw what appeared to be a figure floating above a tree. She was certain it wasn't smoke or a trick of the light. To her, it looked like a guardian angel watching over the firefighters below. Her land, over 50,000 acres, was burning, yet that mysterious image haunted her more than the destruction itself. She came to call it the protector of the firefighters. Ian, founder of Midwest Ghost Hunter, ventured into the mysterious Appalachian woods to film a special ghost hunting broadcast. "All right, the storm's passed. From here on out, the skies should be clear. I can definitely feel the electricity in the air right now, and here we are." As he stepped in, the first mound rose before him. God, walking through this forest, it feels like something could leap out at me at any moment from anywhere. Bears, yetis, ghosts, anything. I don't even know if I'm losing my mind. I thought I heard something behind me. Hello? Who's out there? Maybe I'm just being paranoid. I don't know. I keep thinking I'm hearing things, but I'm not sure. After waiting for the storm to pass, he finally went into the woods, camera in hand. God. All right. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm not crazy. I don't know if I should even try this, but I'm going to walk backward because I want to see what's behind me. Honestly, I hate walking backward because I don't know what's waiting up ahead. Is anyone out here with me? Oh my God, I'm scared. The voice seemed to come from nowhere, as if someone were standing right next to him. Almost immediately, strange sounds began echoing through the treetops. "My name's Ian. Can you tell me your name? Are you standing right here? Can you say something? Maybe you don't even understand what I'm saying. That's the problem. Oh God, I'm shivering. I'm going to step a little closer to you. I'm moving toward you. I don't mean any harm. Oh my God. Oh my God." Something just grabbed my shoulder. Oh my God. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to react like that. You just scared me. I honestly don't even know what kind of grab that was. I don't know if it was a hey grab or a stay back grab. Footsteps, whispers, voices, and yet no one nearby. And then something extraordinary happened. All right, this is mountain number 2. Actually, this time I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to listen. Oh God, I'm hearing all sorts of sounds out here. It sounds like voices, but so faint. As he kept walking, he began to hear multiple voices, and then he saw it. Oh my God, man. It's a face. I just saw a face. It's a glowing face. A glowing face appeared right in front of him. That's when Ian decided to pack up and leave Appalachia. On another trek through the Appalachian Mountains, he stumbled upon something deeply unsettling. In a remote clearing far from any settlement, they discovered a cluster of graves dating back to the 1800s, many of them children's headstones. What had caused these graves to be placed in such an isolated spot? And what had led so many children to die around the same time? Xander, an experienced camper, had begun a solo journey deep into the forest. He found a rare flat clearing and built a simple shelter from a tarp and a few branches. After lighting a fire and preparing a quiet steak dinner, he sat beneath the starry sky, watching distant lightning flicker on the horizon. Hours later, everything changed. What the hell is that sound? From the woods came faint cries, human-like, not resembling an animal or the wind. The sounds grew louder and closer. By dawn, he hurriedly packed up and left. To this day, he still isn't sure what happened to him that night. While cycling through a forest, another man encountered a horrifying situation. It turned out someone had deliberately set traps along the trail. The big question was, why? Some speculated he'd accidentally crossed onto private land, and the traps were meant to stop bikers. That's a disturbing possibility no matter how you look at it. Others believed the event had been staged for viral attention, but not everyone was convinced. Honestly, I hope that's true, because it wouldn't be the first time something this disturbing had happened. One Reddit user shared a strange experience at a friend's house in the Appalachian Mountains. A man staying there began to notice bizarre events. For 3 nights in a row at exactly 3:18 a.m., a mysterious entity or person knocked 3 times at the door. Each time, the dogs went wild, barking furiously, and then silence would return until the next night. The feeling of being watched never went away, creating an atmosphere of constant unease. Finally, the friend snapped a photo outside the house. Even after adjusting the brightness, the image stayed blurry. But something or someone was clearly lurking nearby. But what could it be? In Michigan, a man hunting in the wooded hills had installed a camera to monitor wildlife. At first, nothing seemed unusual. But when he returned home and reviewed the photos, one image stood out. Among the forest trees, he noticed a faint, glowing figure in the shape of a human. It wasn't an animal, it didn't resemble anything else in the frame, and there was no source of light to explain it. No people, no objects, just a strange, angel-like silhouette standing silently above the trees. On another occasion, a woman hiking along the Appalachian Trail experienced something terrifying. Oh my God. A deep, guttural growl ripped through the forest, sending chills down her spine. To this day, she has never been able to identify what she heard. The sound froze her in place. Leaves crunched under her boots as if nothing was wrong, yet the growl still echoed, almost as if it had been added in after the fact. The question remains, did she truly capture something frightening, or was it just a trick designed to rack up more views? Elsewhere, hikers traveling along the Devil's Backbone, a rugged, narrow trail, infamous for ghost stories and strange sightings, had their own scare. As they moved forward, they rang a bell. Moments later, a figure seemed to flicker into existence behind them, only to vanish just as quickly. Startled, they looked again, only to realize it was just a branch, perfectly shaped to create an uncanny illusion. And then came one of the strangest finds yet. While walking the Appalachian Trail, a Reddit user stumbled upon something disturbing. A pair of bird wings, likely from a woodpecker, bound together with fishing line and attached to a pine cone, which had been wedged into a tree trunk. It didn't look random. It looked deliberate. The discovery raised unsettling questions. Was it part of some ritual? Or perhaps a warning left for anyone who happened to pass by?